and justice for all.
Can I get a roll call?
Ms. Smith,
Here.
Mr. Mutino,
Here.
Supervisor Williams,
Here. All right, can I get a motion on the reports?
Motion to approve, reports code compliance, December 2023, code enforcement, December 2023, dog control officer, December 2023, ECI, December 2023, Patterson Recreation, December 2023. So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Would like to make a motion on the supervisor's report?
Motion to approve the supervisor report, November 2023. So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Would like to make a motion on the minutes?
Sure, I'll make a motion to approve town board minutes, November 29th, 2023, and December 13th, 2023. So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
And who's going to audit the bills?
I'll make a motion to approve abstract number 24 dated December 29th, 2023, in the amount of $199,765.89. So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
We have some budget transfers that were handed to us just now.
Yes. Like to present budget transfer request number 42. This transfer is necessary to reallocate funds for the additional year-end change charges to the recreation center programs contractual to the concessions amount. So I'll make a motion to move $500 from the recreational center contractual expense account to recreation center programs contractual concessions account. So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. We have now budget transfer requests number 43 to reallocate funds for the new UV system approved for the Justice Court Building Equipment and Capital Outlay account. I'd like to make a motion to move $4,395 from the contingency account, expense account to the Justice Court Building Equipment and Capital Outlay expense account. I'll make a motion to approve budget transfer request number 43. So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
We have budget transfer request number 44 to reallocate funds for additional materials for the traffic control contractual account. I'd like to make a motion to move $500 from superintendent of highways contractual expense account to the traffic control contractual. I'll make a motion to approve budget transfer request number 44. So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Lastly, we have budget transfer request number 45. We're going to move $1,500 from the expense accounts to reallocate funds for the highway miscellaneous contractual and sanitation district number 2 contractual accounts. We're moving $1,500 from contractual to the miscellaneous contract, 10,000 going into miscellaneous contractual and 1,500 going to sanitation contract. So I will like to make a motion to approve budget transfer request number 45. So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All right. First up on my agenda is the resolution for the acceptance of the form of undertaking for town officials. This is a resolution we have to do every year when new town officials are elected in recognition that our insurance company will be indemnifying us, those of us who handle money. And without objection, I'll ask that the resolution be entered into the minutes as though read. Can I get a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All right. Next on my agenda is the Dorset Hollow Water District. There's a couple of things that are going on. We are getting very close to this being put out for bid. I'm firstly reviewing the bid specifications. I provided you all with copies of the plan so you can take a look and see where we are. You know, we're enlarging the existing building, and you can see the, you know, where we're running the line. I'd ask you to take a look at the plan, see if you have any issues with them. I can send you electronic copies too, if you're more comfortable on the computer taking look at them because 11 by 17 is a little small sometimes.
Please.
Okay, and hopefully the next meeting, I will have the engineer in here. I'm trying to get his schedule clear so he can come in and talk about some of the issues that were raised.
Yeah. I
At the
was just
next
going to
meeting.
Ask that.
Yep.
And, we'll reach out to those residents that had.
I'm just gonna
Concerns
send
to come in.
another blanket email out. The individual who was in initially felt that might be better just one-on-one, and then he wasn't sure, so now he's back to want to get out of meeting. Fine with that.
Okay.
Okay. And my executive session, I will defer to the end of the meeting.
So I have some rec requests here for Mr. Matt Chabaro. He'd like to hire 2 recreation assistants, Mr. Mark DiPaolo and Mr. Nicholas Apramola. The starting rate of pay will be $11 per hour as per the 2024 budget. So I'd like to make a motion to approve both Mr. DiPaolo and Mr. Apramola as recreation assistants at the rate of pay of $11 per hour. So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Right. And then, unfortunately, it looks like we have a couple of resignations from for the Putnam Lake Park District. So I'd like to, make a motion to approve or accept the resignation from Kathleen Kelton from the Putnam Lake Park District effective Wednesday, January 3rd, 2024. So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye. And then we have another resignation from the Putnam Lake Park Board. I'd like to make a motion to accept the resignation from Mr. Paul Farrell, effective January 3rd, 2024. So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Peter?
Move the resolution Watchtower Visitor Center Performance Bond. I would like to ask that it, without objection, that it be entered into the record as read. Motion. Sorry.
Second.
Thank you.
This is, what we are doing is the Watchtower Educational Visitor Center, which they've recently constructed, has been now completed and site is stabilized, and we're actually releasing their bond and returning the escrow funds being held for the inspections. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Next.
Move the resolution and for Tri-Line Properties, a bond recommendation. I ask without objection that that it be entered into the record as read. Second, motion, yeah, so moved.
Second.
So for everybody in the audience, what we are doing here is we're establishing a performance bond for a new project that's going to be constructed in the town of Patterson. And they are going to require a performance bond and inspection fees, and we're establishing that. It's located at the end of Commerce Drive. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed?
Oh, sorry, I'm not
Mhm.
opposed. Putnam Lake Seniors request, motion to approve the Putnam Lake Senior request, so moved.
Second, yes, I'll approve the date of the trip for 12/20/24 for the Putnam Lake Seniors Holiday Party, total net expense $450.
So
Second.
what we are doing is we're approving the entertainment for the Christmas party for next year because they need to put a down payment down. So all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? All right. It is that time of the year. The Town of Patterson Highway Department is going around and they are picking up Christmas trees. They will be doing that Thursday, January 18th and Friday, January 19th. So please have your Christmas trees out. Want to zoom in on this and see if you can do that. Good. All right, next up is a request by the rec department. They currently, with the senior lunch, which is ever growing, We had a little over 100, just under 100. Just under 100 at this last senior lunch. Meg Kearney is doing an outstanding job with feeding all those people and getting them in and getting them out. It's a grand time for everybody. So, but they are looking to have a credit card so they can go to Sam's. They are also looking to establish an account with Ace Endico, which we had many years ago, but they stopped using it. And now they're looking to reestablish that. So I gave everybody a copy of the credit card policy. And we have a fairly extensive credit card policy that they would need to follow. But I would like to make a motion to approve authorization of the rec department and the finance department to obtain a Sam's Club credit card in amount not to exceed $1,000. And, you know, inconsistent following the credit card policy of the town of Patterson.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
That is it. Any other board member have anything else they wish to bring up at this time?
Just a comment,
Sure.
was our first storm weather for the year. Ed Foster was great. He reached out to me actually Sunday evening to let me know that the guys had the roads cleaned up and they were heading home and that they'd be out early in the morning and, you know, working on the road. So, you know, knowing my other role in transportation is very helpful to have him reach out to me. And, you know, sometimes I reach out like early in the morning and I feel bad. I'm afraid I'm going to wake them up, or maybe he's not working that day. So it was really nice. And then he kept in communication with me and he did a great job on the road. So
Yeah,
I
absolutely
wanted to
did.
say thank
Great.
you. Yeah.
But being as you brought up the first snowstorm,
Mhm.
so we had retained a contractor to take care of the sidewalks in the sewage treatment plant. And with the first snowstorm, he went out there and did the job and he got everything opened up and then realized that this was perhaps a little bit more than he bargained for. And so he provided the town notice that he would no longer be honoring his contract and was terminating it. So we've been scrambling, trying to come up with an answer for this. We reached out to the next gentleman in line. We, the low bidder, nobody wanted to go with, so we didn't bother to go that route. We did reach out to the next bidder in line, who is Lake Mayapack Landscaping, and you all have a letter, I believe,
Mhm.
that he would agree to do the snow removal contract for his original bid. The winter sidewalk maintenance for the Patterson Hamlet that he bid was $22,500. And for the wastewater treatment plant, it was $14,500.
Okay.
Any board member have any?
I just want to comment and say it wasn't that we didn't want to go with the original low bidder, it's that we had a recommendation coming from Dennis, Mr. Mays, you know, advising that he wasn't completely happy with the service that he
Well, he
had,
was
so.
not happy with
you
the
know,
communication.
Yes, exactly.
It was a lack
So
of communication.
In an effort to respect his recommendation, because he would be dealing with them, so hopefully maybe then we can get them back next year. So I'm glad that Lake Mayapack decided to come in and take it. Thank you.
Okay. So I would like to make a motion that we approve Lake Mayapack Landscaping, the bid for the winter sidewalk maintenance for the hamlet in the amount of $22,500, and the sewer and water districts for $14,500. And we have a per event storm after March 15th for 1,900, and for the water district, 1,300. So moved.
Second.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
That is all I have. Public recognition. Where did he go? Boy, talk about time.
Good
What
time.
do we want to do? No, we don't. Does any member of the
Yes.
audience here tonight wish to make any comments or ask any questions of the board? If you'd approach the mic and give your name and address for the record. John? How are you, sir?
Good, how are you, Supervisor? Good evening, Mr. Supervisor, Town Council members. My name is John Curzio. I'm a member of the Carmel School Board. If the board would permit me, I'd like to take a couple minutes of your time to update all of you and our mutual constituents on matters of importance in the Carmel Central School District. Of course, I'm speaking for myself this evening, and it does not constitute an official statement from the school board.
Thank you, John.
Thank you. As I could imagine, I'm sure you hear quite regularly from residents who are concerned about high taxes. I would gently remind the public that approximately 2/3 of your overall property tax bill are your school taxes. The remaining 1/3 are your special district, town, and county taxes combined. So please, as we begin the process of preparing the annual school budget, feel free to come out to a school board meeting to make your voices heard. Our next meeting is this Tuesday, January 16th, beginning at 6:30 p.m. in the Carmel High School Library. And the one after is Tuesday, January 23rd, again, beginning at 6:30 p.m. at the high school library. The Carmel Board of Education has paid especially close attention to the sensitivity of the tax levy. While we saw inflation soar by more than 9%, and the district saw our purchasing power decrease, as I'm sure the town saw theirs decrease, we were still able to keep the last two tax levy increases to 0.97% and 1.86% respectively. In addition, the board repealed approximately $7.4 million of the $8.1 million of the infamous transportation facility bond. You'll remember that passed on the third attempt after two failed votes. And we authorized a contract of sale recently for the land in the amount of $3,470,000, ensuring that our taxpayers are protected. In the 2022-23 school year, the district saw an approximate savings of $250,000 in energy costs based off the market rates we paid due to the solar panels and also our energy performance contract. We monitored and reviewed the electric rates for a period of 8 months and decided it was in the best interest of the district to sign a 1-year agreement as the rate remained relatively flat over that time period. This decision to lock in at this rate helps to protect our taxpayers from rate uncertainty. The board has taken our commitment to the safety of our students, staff, and buildings very seriously. That's why the board retained a security firm during the last school year to perform a safety audit. And the audit was completed, and we were provided with recommendations that we will be acting upon very shortly. Some other accomplishments of note are modernizing our district policies, the most concentrated effort to do so since 1999. The completion of the new district strategic plan, contracting with a firm for a 5-year fiscal projection to help us in making the most sound fiscal decisions possible. Beginning to film our board committee meetings to allow for greater community access, participation, and transparency, bringing all 8 of our collective bargaining units into contract with agreements that are both respectful of our taxpayers and show appreciation for our employees. Beginning to lease our school buses in an effort to modernize our fleet in a manner which is cost-effective and will significantly save in the area of maintenance and part replacement. Mergers with other school districts to provide activities in a cost-effective manner, such as our swim team, a focus on the governance structure of our board and district, and ensuring systems and a message are in place to ensure accountability and standards of excellence. We also work diligently to interview and retain a new law firm, architectural firm, and 4 new principals across our 5 schools, including 3 principals that started their tenure this school year, as well as 3 relatively new assistant superintendents. The following accomplishments were made possible because of our superintendent, his administrative cabinet, and our principals, securing a grant for free breakfast and lunch for our students at a great savings for our community members, securing a grant for Wi-Fi capability on our school buses, securing a grant to support a school-based mental health clinic satellite, the implementation of a new reading program to benefit the academic achievement of our students, the receipt of $2 million owed to us in state aid from the 21-22 school year when we submitted our 2 transparency reports to the state, improvements in data reporting around school safety, bullying, and harassment, improvements to the student identification and access procedures in the high school, new safety measures implemented in the high school, improvements in information sharing among staff to assist students with disabilities, and a great benefit to our students, the return of field trips post-COVID, including the much looked forward to 8th grade trip to Washington, DC. We're so appreciative of our community for the 2 new beautiful signs at Carmel High School, recognizing our state championship athletic teams. We're grateful to the important work our PTAs and PTAs do, including SEPTO, which has done an amazing job in advocating not only for our special education students, but all students. They have also done an incredible job in helping to make parents aware of the resources available to them and their children in our district. And I want to extend a word of thanks to State Senator Peter Harkin and State Assemblyman Matt Slater for, at the request of the Carmel School Board, I think a first in New York State school boards, introduced a bill in both houses of the state legislature to allow for the voters of the Carmel Central School District to decide on the question of term limits for Board of Education members. Hopefully the governor signs that and we can get that on the ballot later this year. And we truly thank our community for coming out to participate in the dialogue on race and community conversations to help build a more inclusive district. You'll recall last year there was a very hate-filled and racist TikTok incident, which was during my almost 6 years on the school board, truly one of our district's darkest hours. But our community came together, and the strides we've since made to combat not only racism, but anti-Semitism and hates of all kinds in our community has become one of our district's finest hours. That's because we as a community united to say no to those who sought to divide us and prey on our human weakness. We remain so thankful for the partnership with the U.S. Department of Justice and look forward to more important work on this topic that lies ahead. And lastly, over the past several months, we have been in the process of a nationwide search for a new superintendent of schools. We remain incredibly grateful to our community for their involvement throughout the process, including for formulating the profile of the qualities we are looking for in the next superintendent, and for participating in the recent stakeholder interview. We are encouraged that we will retain an experienced and qualified educational leader who will align with our district's mission and vision and values and take our district to the next level. And a huge thank you on this note to Councilwoman Mary Smith, who took the time to participate in the 3rd round stakeholder interview on January 6th at Carmel High School. We remain incredibly grateful for your partnership, Councilwoman, and I just want the town of Patterson to know that they have a councilwoman on this town board in you who truly cares about this town and our greater community, including our school district. So thank you.
Thank you, John.
There's still a lot of work left to do, but the Carmel Central School District remains a district on the move with an eye always towards the future. Thank you, Mr. Supervisor and members of the town board for allowing me this time this evening.
John, thank you as always for all your hard work on the school board. I know it at times has been trying. And I especially want to thank the Carmel School Board as a whole for taking the path of openness and transparency they have in picking this new school superintendent. We had a conversation and I had asked Mrs. Smith to go. I happen to be in the Brewster School District, so I felt it was more appropriate that I not go. But thank you for everything.
It was great, and thank you for inviting us. So,
Thank you.
know,
It was our pleasure. Thank you for
Yeah,
being
I
here.
was very pleased, and I hope that that's the candidate that we get, that the one we met on Saturday. Looks
We'll have an announcement fairly shortly.
good. Thanks.
Good.
Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else? All right, we'll open it up to the members of the audience joining us by Zoom. If anybody joining us by Zoom has any comments or questions, if you would unmute, state your name and address for the record. I'd like to make a motion to go into executive session.
Second.
All in favor?
Hi.
Aye.
Okay. We'll turn shortly. Take it next door into the planning office.
I guess my friend Charlie is not planning on joining the meeting. I thought he was gonna come. No. Yeah. Charlie.
First night off.
Well, you can leave your time. Right?
Yeah.
You can leave those.
Yeah.
Well, I told him he could just come and hang out with me in the office, but he hasn't taken me up on that.
Yeah.
Great job.
Oh.